Well, it seems that I got a problem with my Logi Capture software. It held up that other video for 4 or 5 minutes, so we're not going to be able to switch cameras back and forth. I'm just going to have to move the camera when I want to. So, I'm working on the wingtips now. It seems that I do wingtips a little different each time. And I learned each time from wingtips. Now, I really like the way Tom Warden did his continental wingtips. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do the same layout. I'm going to put in an extra rib here with the solid blocks and the turn down things. Now, I've made up these outer extremities, and they get glued on like that. One thing I have learned about this type of wingtip is that you want the covering or this wingtip shape cut back so that the covering is right on that edge. Otherwise, you get kind of a wavy looking wingtip on the end. And I mean, they won't knock you down. They won't knock you down in appearance points for that little detail, but it makes it look a whole lot better if you sand them that way. So how I do these, I need a little more room. Here's what I need. I have to use that knife there. Might use this knife here. We don't need this. We'll need that. When I get ready to do the inboard wingtip, pay close attention to how I probably won't get to that tonight, but when I get ready to do that, I will explain in detail. This is a piped airplane, and the inboard wingtip, the lead outs will come out on the underside of this. So we're dropping the lead out holes 1/8 of an inch. And that's a trim issue because it is a piped airplane. Because the lateral center of gravity is slung under the lateral center of gravity, the pipe is under the lateral center of gravity and the weight is down there, it tends to throw the outboard wing up. So in order to compensate for that, you just drop the lead outs down. So that's a trim issue that's built into the airplane up front. Now I got to try to make these wingtips about 7 grams a piece. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tack this on here. We don't want to actually I need to cut another block before I do that. So we need to duplicate this block so that I can get it on the bottom so that it's not going to move up and down. So we want the grain, we want this the grain to run with the wingtip so that it looks like it's all one molded piece. And I've kind of trimmed it to shape, I got a trash can down here. Just whittle on a little bit like you're cutting an orange or whatever. I think I'm going to need a new number 22. I've already drawn a pen line on there so that I know that I don't want to get any closer than that pen line. I will be shutting the video off no later than 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, there's going to be a big announcement over on Frank's speech. You're going to get over there and look at that. See what's up with that deal. I do airplanes, but I've got to watch what's going on in the world too. So that's why we're a little early tonight. And I'm getting good at hitting the trash can. Grind a little bit of it off with some sandpaper, see what it looks like. Now you don't want to glue these blocks on permanently, even when you're roughing them in, because you're going to take them back off, and we're going to thin them out till they're 3/32 of an inch thick. I was going to mold these wingtips, but man, setting myself up for a ton of work. I got to do this 4 times. Yeah, the neighbor's smoking pot again. I can smell it. Phew. You know, when you don't smoke cigarettes or drink, I can really smell all that stuff now. I need to open a can of Aerogloss in here and blow him out. Or at least some ambroid. I don't know what was in that ambroid. Sure smelled good. Should finish this wing this week, I think. I've been saying that now for 3 weeks. But I'm not on a deadline. I'm not on a schedule. A little work every day. I'll get it close and finish it on the wing. But I need to get that other block cut and put on there before I put any pressure on this. Now you see me sanding back and forth. That is the wrong thing to do. Can you guys hear me okay? Are we coming through? Yeah, it looks like we are. I have no way to really tell. There's no controls or feedback or... The bad thing about live streaming. That and there's a lot of boring sanding. Picture and sound are good. All right, Craig, thank you. Okay, that's close enough for roughed in. So I need to draw this out and make another one for the bottom. See if I can find the pen now. Did you get the notifications, Craig? Obviously you must, you're here. I guess we'll just, they all should be pretty close. Okay. Have you worked out what the next plane is going to be? Now, one at a time. I'm out of space. I got to tote some more back to St. Louis before I build any more here. Or sell some. One. Good evening, Alan. Well, it was a blank on Cali Graphics getting me the nomenclature. It was a blank on page 70. He's going to send me the file for the nomenclature, and I'm going to try to make the decals myself. We'll see what happens. I'm going to show you a little cabinet maker's trick. When you're cutting this angle right here, this angle on top, cut away from the ribs. So we're going to cut, and we got to cut this way because it's the bottom. We're going to angle it out. And that way it's tight up against, you can, I mean, we're going to sand it anyway, but you kind of want to help yourself along. This is my last block of 4-pound wood. My last 1-inch block 4-pounder. I have to look for some more. Of course, that didn't work very good, did it? Yeah, no. We shall see. Had to paint today at work. What a bummer. I hate painting. When the painter's not there, they know that I paint, so they stick me with that job. But it's better than going home. So let's cut this off here. Oh, about dropped this on the floor. When you're doing these tips, I've tried every shape that you can think of to get the covering to look the best. I think the way that I'm going to do this one is probably the best. I've tried angles on them. I've tried no rib in them. I think the Continental style tip looks the best. And that's what we're going to use, the classic Continental style tip. Okay, that's roughed out. Yeah. Gotta have one of these. Let's see, where'd it go? I know it's here on the table here. So, I gotta have this here. Yeah. Got to have one of these. A dope scale. Take it with you wherever you go. What's that weigh? Well, it weighs 1 gram. Half ounce. One by 36, 4.75 pounds. Well, our Home Depot don't have balsa wood, but Menards does. but it's usually 2x4s. Okay. You got to get it where you can get it. Anybody want to take a guess at what this wing weighs right now? What happened here? Yeah, we gotta sand it back. Shit. Want that line tight. A little bit more. That looks pretty bueno. Yeah. 9 ounces my butt. It better not be that heavy. Let's check it out. Nine ounces. Man, it best not be 9. Come on, turn on. Way up. 7.8. You know what? Let's weigh it with all this other sundry garbage on there. Let's see how bad we're going to be. And now it's 7.9. That's 810, 840, 845, 885. Should be under 10 ounces with the flaps, I think. No. We're going to lose some of that weight, so we'll say 8. Yeah, that should be around complete, should be around 11 ounces with the horn bell crank. I'm hoping. I will tell you this. As long as it's under 16 ounces, 15 to 16 ounces, complete with covering, flaps, hinges, covering, and 3 coats of dope, I'll have a light model. I know this because of Viper 6. Viper 6 had a 16-ounce wing, and it weighed 48 ounces with a PA-65 in it. So it all depends on it. This all depends on how much paint you put on the damn thing. We're going to lose some weight. "16 ounces complete, finished, ready to go with paint on it." And it won't be that heavy. I know it won't be that heavy. Started out at 5 ounces. You start adding all this other crap on it. So let's see what a wingtip weighs. What I got here so far. You got to remember, we're going to lose a lot of weight in the sanding. We're going to lose 50% of this, so we'll leave one of these off because both of these get hollowed out to 3/32. We'll lose a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This needs to weigh 7 grams. And I will whittle it down until it weighs 7 grams, a quarter ounce. That's 2. Yep, that's 7 there. 15. So I got to take 50% off of it, of what I have here. We might be at 10 grams. It's what I got to work with. It is what it is. The wood just is not that great. Back in the day, when you could get sensational wood, you could make stuff really light. You can't build light airplanes with heavy wood, period. I don't care what anybody says. Ain't happening. So let's start trimming back some of this material. Come on now. Okay. Boy, we're just going to have a new blade. You can't sharpen those either. Don't even think about it. I think they're laser sharpened. I know I got No, I got some blades here. It's a matter of finding them. My little saw already died. The switch is no good. But I'm not going to take it back. I'm just going to put in an industrial switch and be done with it. There they are. Now these are these XL blades, and they're not as good as X-Acto. But it's what I got. They don't hold an edge as long. Oh man. And this work shit is really getting me down. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. I wonder if I can find my loops. I use carving loops for hollowing these out. I like them. John doesn't like them, but I like them. Oh, my stomach is growling. There we go. I have to spend a day cleaning this place out again. I don't like it to get too far ahead of me because, you know, they can come in and inspect any time. And this place looks like a wood shop. They might not like it. So we got this roughed in. We're going to tack the parts on it now and rough shape them with sandpaper. You just take little bites. Everybody thinks that carving is relaxing. I think sanding is relaxing myself. Especially when you get down to the 220 or 320 mark and it starts coming together. You know, when I hold a stick up and I say, "You see my airplane?" Just a stick. A lot of times I'll go to John or somebody that's over there. I think I might have even done it here. I go, "Hey, you see my airplane?" And all people see is a stick of wood. But I can see the airplane in there. You just got to cut everything away that doesn't look like what you want. I think that's why Tommy thinks I can carve my own pilot, except for got to be pretty good at anatomy. I can draw a pilot. I used to be a pretty good artist back in my sign painting days. Well, heck, I took commercial art in school. Sculpting, we're going to give it a try one of these days. I'll probably be able to cut his body real good, but when I get to the head, it's pretty intricate. But we'll try it. I might do a video on pilot carving so you guys can laugh at me. I'm no Tommy Looper. We've been on 38 minutes and we got the parts roughed in for one tip. Okay, now pretty important when you put these on, put them where they go. 1 drop of CA here, 1 drop of CA there, because you're going to have to cut that back off. Kind of like tack welding it. That's a big drop. Okay. Now, if you look over here, I don't know if you can see it or not. If you look over here, this angle's not quite right. It's got kind of a gap there. It needs to be like that. But what that'll do is it puts the tip in too far. So we're going to change the angle here. I'm going to cut. That's more better. Nice tight joint. Oh man, that's a lot of glue. Okay, let's turn it over. All this gets cut away after everything's been shaped. So we got that there. Not there. Oh, right there. Kind of like tack welding, get it to a spot you can get it cut off because, like I say, you're going to have to cut them off. But it needs to be solid on there so you can shape it. No, I don't like that. It looks like it needs 3/32 of an inch. So we will take a piece of wood, stick it in there. It's only wood. That's better. Okay. This tip here will be cut back because the flap is right there. But leave yourself some extra wood. Plenty of taking off tools, not a whole lot of adding tools besides glue and wood. So just like I had to do there. I didn't leave myself enough. Let's shape on this for now I need a piece of scrap 3/8. Where did I put that? Right here. This is my flap wood here. What's left of it. That was 4-pound wood. So we want to 3/8 square piece in that corner right there. So we'll cut this off like so. It's not going to be long enough. It needs to be longer. We'll try that. There we go. And you're wondering, what the heck am I doing here? Well, if you don't plan this out ahead of time, the covering will pucker right there. So this is an anti-pucker gusset. Let's sand this off flush. Once you've covered several hundred airplanes, you know exactly what it should look like before you put the covering on. Come on. I know I had enough glue on there. I know I got enough now. I think one of the things you can do is to, when you make your tip, before you cover it, just take a piece of silk span and lay over the tip and see how easy it folds, lays over the tip. Should lay over the tip without any problems or wrinkles or whatever. And my stomach is just growling. And I ate a decent lunch. Well, in 11 minutes I'm going to be eating, so we can hang on for 11 minutes. So it looks like these tips will take about 5 hours to do. I won't make you sit through all 5 hours of tip building unless there's something exciting. I think this wing platform is going to look way more scale and be way more efficient than Billy's wing. But proof is in the pudding. We'll see how it flies when it's done. I think these guys are making these airplanes way too long. Billy had a Thunderbolt with a 22-inch tail moment. 22-inch tail. It's like John's profile. I think it was 24. Some ridiculous thing. When I first saw it, I said, John, you need to cut about 6 inches off that baby. He did, too. That was 2 years ago. Need to get some of this stuff off the table before I knock it on the floor. Oh, shoot. Pick up the big pieces and vacuum up the small. Bouncing up and down. It needs to get glued on permanent, I guess. I guess we can hollow that out with it glued on permanent. Oh, shoot. I wish I wouldn't have done that. Just made a rock. More. So this roll that I'm putting on here has to end exactly on that line in order for the covering to look good. And we'll sand and finesse and tinker with this until it's perfect. because that's just how I am. You want that to blend in real nice right there. You got a rock you can pick off. I knew I shouldn't have put that glue on there with that sanding dust in there. I'll get it off. Come on now. I'm wearing slippers that stuck straight into the carpet. Boing, like that could have been my foot. There we go. Got it. And to go till that pen line comes off. Well, we didn't get much done on the tip. I mean, I showed a little bit. But I got to eat. My stomach is just going crazy. Burn a TV dinner and kick back and watch Frank's speech. We got about, now probably an eighth of an inch to stand off. Long ways. So what I'm going to do tonight is when I shut off here, I'm going to cook a dinner, turn on the television, continue to work on this. I don't want to make you sit through all 5 hours of this. Could be 6 hours. Oh, flipped it off there on the floor. We're almost down there. There we go. We're coming apart now. Yeah, we're up on it there. We're almost up on it here. Put a little more weight off this baby. just right. Just right. Pretty close. I'll get them together and we'll sand them. It goes right there. We'll sand that, cut that into that flap off, sand it, blend it right into that tip. It'll look like that. That's a big flap, big mama. I need to look at a set of USA 1 flaps and find out how much flap Billy had on that. I don't like all that flap. Oh, Wes Eakin was trying to tell me about his louvered flaps, how the airplane flies so much better with them louvered. Shit, Wes, cut them flaps off. The fly turn a whole lot tighter. But I did get beat by a set of louvered flaps. Of course, John Curtis flies pretty well, so. Oh, I don't want to do that and blow it all over the place again. Well, there's what it's gonna look like. I mean, that's pretty close to what I have in mind. I just got to do it 3 more times. Three more times. You know what? I think it'd be better with a bigger one. It'd be better with the bigger roll on that than the smaller one. so much want to blow on that, but I know what's going to happen. I got to vacuum this up anyway, so. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Get it out there. Help me promote Control Line. I don't think there's anybody else live streaming builds. If there is, let me know. I'd like to watch them. Videos is a different thing because they don't show the mistakes. They've cut them out. And there's always mistakes. I think I'm going to have to replace that piece. It looks pretty hatcheted, but we'll see after I get it shaped. All right. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.